Welcome to the Hamsing Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Pablo Navarro. Today is Tuesday, August 7, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Differential closed at 821. Nasdaq Advanced Decline Differential closed at 707. There were 28 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and one new 52-week low for the S&P 500. Pretty good action on the market here overall. For the volatility, there were 263,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 32 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in August, we saw 0.45 with 24% of the total premiums paid. For September, a 0.58 with 34% of the total premiums paid, and October a 0.01 with 36% of the total premiums paid, and overall bearish sentiment here on the dollar-weighted put-call ratio for the VIX. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. We have another update today, 0.5% higher, 7 handles, and we finally closed above 1400 at 1401.35. We talked yesterday about the positive 2 sigma. We wanted to go there. We touched it today and came back somewhat. And also we talked about closing above this trend line that we have here, and we did today, which was positive for the market also. Again here, the market pattern looks pretty constructive. Higher highs, higher lows. CI continues to go higher, and CI diff again continues higher on the positive territory. Another important thing here is the sigma channel width, this yellow line on the bottom. You could see it's going higher now. That means sigma channels are expanding while the market goes higher. This means the trend is going higher. Pretty good for the market overall here. As for the intraday action on the market, we're going to look at the 5-minute chart. Pretty similar to yesterday's chart here. We could see at the opening we gapped up higher, made a couple of new highs, and then pretty flat until 10:30. Then we sold off a little on Europe closes, and then we made final highs for the day. You could see this big rally here on a 5-minute chart was very good. After that, pretty tight range again, and then slowly started selling off into the close, closing at 1401.35, which was still a pretty good close here on the market, taking into consideration the way we've gone here. We rallied after Europe closes, which was important. Now we're going to look at SPY to get some targets. Here on SPY, daily chart, we're looking at 142.62. That's going to be the 3 sigma chart level on SPY. That's going to be hard to get there, but still we want to see some levels up there. CI is turning flat on SPY, and CI dips going now negative. The reason this is happening is that most of the moves have been gone overnight, so we have to come onto the market and it either gaps up or basically stays flat here throughout the day for SPY as the market continues to go higher. On a more shorter term basis, we're looking here at the support figure and resistance for the weeklies, and we're looking for 140.80, 140.79 as being resistance number 1, and on the downside we talked about this yesterday, looking at 138.20. After that, if we break to the upside, 142.25 is going to be our next target here. So keep these levels in mind, they're pretty good. And support number 1 is at 136.73, which is pretty close to the 06 that we have here on the daily and weekly chart. So support would be at 136.73, very important support there for this week. Now let's look here at GLD. We have here GLD flat again, not much going on. A doji here on the 1 sigma right now, 156.28. We're looking for a break above 158, then going even to 160. Again, some consolidation, very tight range on gold here. Maybe looking for a break either to the upside or to the downside. We're looking for 154.75 to the downside, maybe go and test the 151 level. But again, we've been consolidating around this 156 period for some time. On the resistance, here we have the 60-minute chart for GLD. You can see how tight we haven't even barely moved here on the last 2 days. pretty much a flat line here on gold, no trade here. You could see here there's nothing, but the pivot for the weekly is gonna be 155.60, and our first resistance would be at 157.61. Those are important levels here to watch on the 60-minute chart. You could keep an eye on this here. Now today we have an interesting day on crude oil. We're gonna watch here the crude oil futures. They were very high up today, going higher today, about 1.5% for the day, almost touching positive 3 sigma at 95.50, and we have a close of 93.46 right now. Very good action here on crude. We see how it made an outside day here, and after that just rallied up. For targets and resistances, here we're looking at the 60-minute chart. Resistance number 2 is gonna be at 94.84. We already broke resistance number 1, which is 93.11. Those are gonna be some support right now. If we break to the downside, 93.11, we're looking for 90. So again, keep these targets in mind: 94.80, 93.11, and then 90. Last chart we're gonna look at, VIX chart. Here we have we're gonna start with the daily chart for VIX. Here we have it. The VIX was flat today, closing at 15.99. Pretty good level. Again, we're making lower highs, and we want to stay around this 16 to 17 level for some while where the market rallies. VIX changes pretty fast, so we must look here into it almost day by day and see how it changes. But today there was no upside or downside on the VIX, which tells us the market is pretty complacent here at these levels we are right now. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your Hamsley Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.